Hey Scorpios, welcome to your reading for Taurus season. If you're new, welcome. Please remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get all the messages I post each month. To my lovely loyal subscribers, welcome back. So we have healing family issues jumping out first. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. I'm feeling a lot of letting go of maybe things that, held you back in the past, things that maybe you once wanted to heal. If you're having family difficulties, but now just letting them go with sort of peace. Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. So without knowing, this was sort of always with you. It could have been something from childhood or, something that continued in your adult life, either with parents or different family members here that I guess you wanted to heal. It could be even your own children that you always had this disconnect with, or there was always something that they felt like you had the wrong intentions here or something like that, and you just wanted the best for them and the best for the connection. And I feel like with this healing family issues card that you're just letting go and letting God and really exhaling. I feel peace, letting something go with peace, whether I don't see you viewing it as good or bad or, angry or anything like that. I'm feeling absolute peace and just let it be. And you're letting it be. And this worth waiting for card next to it, I feel like that's what it is telling you, what's meant to be will always be. And you know that. But I feel like you was trying so hard to heal family connections and things like that, that it really affected a lot of your life that maybe you didn't realize it was. So maybe even how you eat, to how you work, to other friendships and things like that, you might have picked up like bad habits in romantic relationships because of this family connection. It's sort of like toxic bonding with family and friends, or somebody you consider family, that had a real impact on your adult relationships. And I just feel like, Scorpio, you're at peace with letting go and saying I tried. And that's what I believe. And I feel like the divine here is saying you tried, and you shouldn't have even tried that hard. You already know what's meant to be will be. But I feel like because it was somebody so close to you, like your parents or your children or somebody very close in the family, or a friend you considered family, you tried that extra hard to heal it. Okay, so now that we can sort of let go of that with peace, now we see this coming in for you. We see like the waiting over. I see these angels like coming to just wrap you with their warmth and, embrace you and bless you here, Scorpio, which is, you guys know I'm a Scorpio too. So this is a change for us, right? Those blessings, they're usually disguised. But I feel like somebody is coming in here to flirt with you. So the advice is go ahead, flirt back. I have this Scorpio, another tarot reader on my channel. He's such a flirt. He's always flirting with me. Such a Scorpio thing to do. You do it so naturally. So go ahead and extend your light-hearted energy to others. That playfulness will bring in that romance to your life. So allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. Scorpios, I'm sick of telling you guys, stop dimming to fit in. You was never meant to. It's impossible. When you dim, that's when you're out of alignment, and that's when you feel like everything's going wrong because you're trying to fit in with something that's so alien to you. Like other people's, worlds and things like that are so alien to you, just like you're so alien to other people. You're so different, right? You're that next gen upgrade that they're just not ready for. So when you're trying to downgrade yourself, it just doesn't work. So letting go with peace just allows you to be free and you and fun. And I feel like Taurus season will be very exciting and playful for you. And whatever it is you was waiting for, coming towards you here. 10 of Cups, and look at that, the family card as well, the 10 of Cups. So it's that completion. The 10s are about completion. And it doesn't feel like a negative way. It feels like, I've tried. Do you? I'll let you go with love. Honestly, I love you. I just can't try and fit in with this anymore. I feel like you find a lot of people who are on a very high spiritual path don't fit in with their families. And like, why was I born into this family? Is probably another number one question I get asked here. So yeah, you're sort of releasing that and understanding it and just being at peace with it. And it's really bringing in, look at this, another 10. So we're seeing you completing cycles one after another, letting go of that burden, understanding it, loving it, and letting it go. So when we let go with the 10s, what comes next is the aces. So we can already tell that love is coming for you. We can tell somebody's coming. Whatever it is you was waiting for is coming here. Because you let go of the burden. Now, if you're still holding on, we have people at different stages. This is a general reading, as I say. I'll leave information regarding what decks of cards I use and how to contact me for personal readings and other services in the description box. So if you're still, like holding on or trying to hold a family together or hold a relationship together, you can't do it. There's this weight on you, and the divine's putting this weight on you to drop it. To drop it. It's not supposed to be all one-sided. You're not supposed to be fitting in with these people. It's like 2D people and you're 5D. I don't know why I'm seeing it like that. It's just these sticks. You're trying to fit in with these people and you just don't. So you end up either carrying people, doing too much for people, and they still would turn around and say, while you carried me up this hill, you hurt my foot. My foot touched the floor. They would still complain. Doesn't matter how much you break your back, they would still complain. So what to do? Put them down, let them walk up the hill themselves, and then they'll see. Often I'm telling you guys, you're doing things so people don't have to experience the hurt or the struggles you faced. Well, that's why you're next gen, because of the pain and the struggles you face. So it's good for people to face those pains, those struggles, and, to move themselves up there. So they understand, okay, that person was doing a lot for me. And usually what happens when you get people saying, a Scorpio ghosted me, is because they did this, and then all of a sudden they just put you down and they're gone. And you're like, where did that person go who was carrying me? Because often with the Scorpios, you don't really realize they're doing something for you because they're not saying it. They're not saying, hey, look, I did you that favor. Will you do this for me? Because they often find it hard asking for help back as well. Hey, this is a bit heavy. Could you walk a little bit? They struggle with that too. So, for those of you who may cross-watch and find that Scorpio ghosted, you may feel like, well, that's not the situation, Stephanie. They didn't carry me and things like that. No, you might have been carrying them, and then they took you for granted. For people, God love them, they place more value on things that are harder to get because they just believe, and we've been taught certain words and phrases as we grow, that anything that's worth having, you'll have to work hard for. So you know, a person of a low vibration would think, this is too easy being carried, I'm going to leave you. And of course, Scorpios, this could be people leaving you. Well, you love me too much, I'm going to leave you, because it must mean this is not worth something. So people will take you for granted, not see your worth anyway if you carry on like this. Yeah, Three of Swords. So you end up going through this heartbreak, this growing pains, these sorts of experiences that maybe you was holding on, so you didn't face this. So it can be like holding on to something and saying, not trusting or wanting to put the connection down and completely feel this heartache. So if let's say you went through a breakup and then you see tarot readings that say, hey, your ex is coming back, and you're like, okay. So you hold on to that rather than putting down the burden and feeling the pain. Doesn't mean they're not coming back. It means you need to feel this. Those who can't hear must feel. So you must feel this in order to grow. This is growing pains. So for some of you, it was a karmic partner, but it brought you into balance. It brought you into this growth. Right? It might have been that you did it to them in a past life or whatever, but it brought it into balance here. And we reap what we sow, right, guys? Because if we're telling somebody they have to do nothing for us, and we're carrying them all the way, and we have to be accountable. And when they say, you know, this is why an ex will always come back to a Scorpio, because it takes them a while to realize how much you're actually doing and giving to them and loving them. Because if you're just like, yeah, I'll do it, yeah, I'll do it, yeah, I'll do it, then you end up getting hurt. Whose fault is it? If they don't know that how much you're like working hard for them or letting them put hard work even. Because, you know, it might be that because you don't ask for help, you got hurt. Right? Ace of Swords. So this is that clarity, that ascension in your crown chakra here, that breakthrough in your mind, that let it go, that peace. It's that peace of mind that we're talking about. And even that communication that you was waiting for. Maybe from these people who broke your heart. So maybe you had to let go of even family a long time ago, and then they finally want to reach out and text you and talk to you. It would take a long time though. So it kind of feels like even maybe 3 years you haven't spoke to family or this romantic partner. You've been cutting people out of your life, and it kind of feels like now this is time with the Justice card here, because the Justice sword is here as well, right? So it kind of feels like time to have that breakthrough. Three of Pentacles. So no longer, when you get to a point where you've built yourself up, this new gen you are, I kind of feel like in comes somebody to build with now, to build a connection with. So it might be this person starts flirting with you, starts talking to you, and there's messages backwards and forwards here. Be flirty, be playful, embrace it, enjoy good times as well. We can't just always have the bad times. And look at that Judgment. So that is that divine timing we was talking about there. Now it's time. You know, we reap what we sow. So if cross-watchers, let's say, if you was doing all this for a Scorpio, it's time that they feel. Maybe they didn't before. Scorpios, this will be time that those people who took you for granted feel. Allow them to feel it. Allow them to walk their journey. Don't try and, once they message you and say, look, I'm hurting, don't run in and say, and try to save them. And say, okay, don't hurt, I do still love you. Because let's be frank, if a Scorpio loves you, they'll love you forever. They might not be with you, but they'll love you forever. So don't run in and save the day for them. Let them feel. Let them feel. That's the only way forward here. Yeah, look at you wanting to be this knight in shining armor, Prince of Swords here. You want to rush to their aid because you don't want people to hurt how you did. You know how it felt. But we also want people to grow and experience this. But this is somebody rushing towards you very quickly, feeling like, I know the truth. I found my truth. It was always you. And, you know, I feel like if it's parents, they might be realizing the truth, but maybe they won't say or can't say that you was right, I was wrong, or I'm sorry, whatever it may be, that they would try to speak to you, and they think that's their way of saying sorry. But sometimes it's still not good enough. Sometimes they have to say the words, okay? Don't forgive people who aren't even saying sorry or asking for forgiveness. You know, because then that person has to go through it and understand, okay, I am sorry. And I do want forgiveness. And then they won't do the same mistake again because they've learned from their mistakes. If we catch them before they fall, this is why they don't learn. 8 of Cups. So if they come running in and, you know, want to communicate with you and be your friend again and things like that, but they don't really want to admit what they did because they've matured to a certain extent showing up as a knight. But the knights aren't allowed to date the king or the queen. So just be aware of that they've stepped up, and if they have stepped up this much, they can step up further. So don't worry about if you want to turn them away, because this person is reluctantly turning somebody away here because there's still a lot of love here, and actually missing these people or this person who, you know, you've been waiting for here. So it's hard to wait for them, and then divine timing comes in and then you have to turn them away again. It's hard and it's confusing, and you're like, drags up all these emotions again, even maybe this pain again. So it's okay to refuse them if they aren't actually sorry and saying sorry. And, you know, it's got to be more than words, because this person seems to be rushing in with words knowing that you have this huge heart here. So, of course, a huge heart can have a huge heartbreak. So they need to know you get hurt. You know, you get hurt. It's like they feel like you're so strong and can take everything. You get hurt. Even admit that to yourself, Scorpio. Queen of Swords, yeah, until they up their game to a king or a queen, which they will return then a king or a queen. So don't worry about turning them away, because they come back even more ascended, closer to the next generation. Closer to the next gen. Okay, so it can be like generational differences, and that's why it can be parents and things that we're having these confusions with, or our children, but they will in the end get there, Scorpio. So don't worry, they will come back leveled up. Ascension. I told you. Sorry, that's a bit it's a bit Scorpion. it's a bit ego in it. I told you what will come after the 10 of Cups is the Ace of Cups. Love begins. That's when we let go and these cycles complete. A new cycle can begin. A healed one where two people are loving each other, not just one people carrying everything. One person, sorry. Partnerships and alliances. So it's all coming together. About time, Scorpio. And we have the Empress, fertility, blessings, abundance. For personal reading, guys, my email's in the description box. Take care.